Hello, it is Social Media Saturday, May 18th, 2019. Steve Sipress here at the tail end of another spectacular, beautiful sunset that is happening behind me in the distance. You see the purple and the blue and the orange and yellow and red and all that kind of stuff is just starting to fade away. Also, very fittingly, for the subject of today's Social Media Saturday tip, is you might hear behind me a neighbor's house has been having a pool party all day, and so you'll hear assorted screaming and lots of laughter from time to time, especially if I clam up here. I don't know if you can hear it. You hear some birds and you hear some kids laughing and screaming in the background. So, laughing and screaming, that's what we're all about, or at least half that is all about today's tip on Social Media Saturday. There was a big study done a couple years ago by a big social media company, Social Sprout or one of those, and they came out with they polled people as to the top reasons why did you make a purchase because of social media. What on social media prompted you to make a purchase from a company? And so well, I'll discuss all the other answers another day. I can tell you that 42% of people did say educational information. So there you go, justification for why. Every day for the past 2 years and 2 months, I have been recording a new Facebook Live video every day with a new tip to help you make more money. But today's Social Media Saturday tip is specifically about number 5 on the list. 36% of people said the reason why they made a purchase was because the company used humor on social media. So nothing about the quality of the product or the price of the product or anything like that. The humor used in the marketing. That's today's tip for Social Media Saturday. Use humor on social media. Too many companies, too many business owners are out there selling and selling and selling and being all serious and all serious. I mean, a lot of my tips, you know what? I got to tell you a story about my mom who's been gone about 4 years now, 4 years and 3 months. And she had our doggie, our beloved Emmanuel, our beloved rambunctious Cocker Spaniel, who still writes a monthly column in my monthly magazine, Rhino Monthly Magazine. Back then it was in one of my newsletters, or several of my newsletters. And my doggie would write the column, and he's hilarious. And the reason I'm still publishing a new column from our beloved passed away rambunctious Cocker Spaniel Emmanuel is because he knew when the end was near that he was about to go physically, but mentally he was still all there, and he got to work and he penned like years worth of hilarious columns. So I have been publishing them ever since he died a few years ago, and will continue until they run out. But anyway, he's always hilarious. And the rest of my newsletter, I guess, I mean, here's the bottom line. Of course, my mom is on the mailing list of everything I do. My marketing, my newsletters, my magazine, everything always has been for years, since I first started my first business almost 40 years ago. And she once said to me, "Man, you are way too serious. You're always teaching people how to make money and you're talking about all your clients that make a lot of money, and it's all so serious. Why can't you be more like your dog?" Now, he is funny. And so there's just a little, little memory of my mom. And so there you go. See, I'm always, when people say, "Hey, Steve, you're funny," I'm like, I always respond and just say, leave my looks out of it. But that's the thing, folks. On social media, it's not about being all serious. You see a lot of companies, they're just selling. They're talking about their thing. And whether it's a video or a photo or a post, it's all text. It's all facts and figures and seriousness, and here's why you should buy. And yet 36%. More than a third of the people who made a purchase because of something posted on social media, when they were asked, they said, because it was funny. So you see a lot of brands doing this. A lot of well-known companies will use lots of humor. I mean, if you watch the Super Bowl any year and you watch the ads, they're almost all humorous. Almost none of them make any money, but they're almost all humorous. And so a lot of those brands that do that humorous entertainment only type of marketing, dogs playing or horses playing football, or kids throwing around tortilla chips or taco chips, or whatever it is, That kind of stuff works really well on social media. Not really well on network TV, unfortunately, but they don't know any better. But on social media, it works really well. So now here's the thing. I hear, I can already hear right through the video here, business owners going, yeah, Steve, that sounds good, but I'm not funny. Here's the deal. Come on now. Oh, Sid is here. Good seeing you again, Sid. Business owners, you know better than that. Business owners should never, ever ask the question, how do I do that, when they hear a good idea? You should always ask, who do I get to do that for me? That's what you do in your business. You don't sit there if you have a flood of new orders come in, go, how am I going to fill all these orders? You say, who am I going to hire to fill all these orders? Talking to Sid last night after the video, we did a little private messaging back and forth. And Sid, I remember you said you're nearing the $1 million mark in your business, and one of your goals this year is to hire salespeople to boost your revenue and hopefully your profit. I mean, personally, I've been there. I made that mistake of giving a crap about feeding my ego with the top line revenue number. Oh, I want to hit $1 million. Forget all that. My advice is focus on the profit and put your goals in those terms. Say, I want to hit this amount in my pocket this year, regardless of what the top line is in revenue. But you see, Sid didn't say, I have to do more sales so I can hit that 7-figure mark, or I got to go to some sales conferences and learn how to sell. I got to hire a sales guy. I got to hire a bunch of salespeople. So same thing. If you're not funny, that's fine. You shouldn't even be worrying about how to get funny or how to be funny or how to use humor if you don't know what you're doing with it. You ought to be asked the question you always ask if you're a successful small business owner, who do I get to do that for me? And there's plenty of people out there that are funny. They'll help you do it. You want to know one? Contact me. In fact, go to helpfromsteve.com and I'll let you know. I happen to have a client who's one of the funniest comedians in the country. And he's actually the #1 expert marketer of all comedians in the country. He's so successful, not only he packs all of his own events, which he did for years, and then a light bulb went off and he said, holy moly, enough other comedians were asking him, hey, can you help me? And he started packing their events, and now he has all kinds of clients all over the country, and he's packing their venues, bar owners, comedy club owners, other comedians. He's the #1 marketing expert for comedians. So I have a feeling that if you're not funny, but you want to use some humor in your marketing, I can put you in touch with my client, and you could work something out and come to some agreement about what is a fair compensation for him helping you to post some comedy and some humor into your social media, because you will make a lot more money by doing that than not being funny at all on social media. And that'll do it for Social Media Saturday. Hey, Brian Sullivan, great seeing you. And Sid says, I think you told me work smart, not hard. I'm sure I did. And that's one way to do it, right? In fact, I talk a lot about working easier. Okay, we're not only not hard, but hard work, by the way, is for your employees, right? It's for the 90% of Americans that have been brainwashed into thinking hard work is the key to riches. And if that were true, then ditch diggers, especially here in Arizona in the summer, where it gets to be 115 degrees every day, they're working really hard. I guess they'd be the richest people in the world. So not about hard work at all. It's about doing the right things and using the right strategies. And one strategy is to always look for someone to implement any good idea you hear, and this is one of those. It is not different than any other. And speaking of the weather, by the way, yesterday we had a 15-degree temperature drop from the day before here in the Phoenix area. It was in the mid-90s all week, and then suddenly yesterday, boom, a high of 81 degrees. What the heck, a 15-degree drop from Thursday to Friday, and today it stayed. I was like, wow, I wonder how long. I just looked it up. For the next 10 days on the weather.com or whatever it was, the next 10 days, all high 70s, low 80s. What the heck? It is absolutely spectacular, perfect temperature. I mean, I personally like it about 10 degrees warmer so that I can make use of my fantastic pool and feel like I'm cooling off when I do it, not just swimming. But it is just, I mean, and down here, because the weather is beautiful all year round, people love doing outdoor stuff, so it's golfer's paradise. I'm going to go for a nice bike ride tomorrow. People doing hiking and camping and tennis and taking a walk and eating outside at restaurants and anything. I mean, can you imagine? Unbelievable here for the middle of May and soon to be the end of May, with the temperatures of the high in the low 80s. So amazing, spectacular, perfect paradise weather here. And that's about it for Social Media Saturday. So I'll check in tomorrow. On Sunday Fun Day, maybe I'll take my iPhone with me on the bike ride, and I'll do a little Facebook Live video from somewhere up in the mountains nearby here, while I'll be biking up into the mountains. See, my mama didn't raise no dummy. I will be starting out biking up. There's not much further to go to the top of the mountain, so that at any time I get tired, I just turn around and I coast all the way home, because then it's downhill. So a big mistake here. I'm about 3 miles up from the base of a mountain here. So if I made the mistake of going down the mountain to start, I coast all the way down, get to the bottom. Now, good luck. I got to pedal 3 miles all the way uphill, although in 80-degree or 75-degree weather that it'll be tomorrow morning, spectacular, perfect weather to do that. So who knows? Maybe I'll even go all the way down the mountain and bike 3 miles up the mountain. We'll see. And then we'll see if I take a dip in a beautiful pool. So that'll do it. As the sun sets in the west, a beautiful purple and blue sky now in the background. Thanks, Sid, Brian, everyone else being here live. Everyone watching on the replay, hope you are having a fantastic weekend as well, and I'll check back tomorrow on Sunday Fun Day. Over and out. Bye-bye.